Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The last time we spoke about how to strip the robot into parts, and this is the result that we got. And we said that it is very important. It's actually the first step of learning how to assemble the robot. Now that we have the whole unit, it has been laid bare. It's time now for us to learn how to assemble the robot by joining all these components together. So we start with the mainframe. Everything is just going to be fit in there. It will serve as the foundation of the robot. We start with the mainframe, and we are holding there. What I'm holding there is the axle, and the wheel. We start by attaching the front wheel. You can see the holes underneath where the axle is going to be inserted under the robot, because these are made out of plastic, but obviously if it was a metal unit, then we're going to be using screws and bolts, or nuts and bolts. But yes, if you have a little bit of glue, you can also put it in there just to keep your parts in position, hoping therefore that they are just going to stay there permanently and undisturbed. After this, then we're going to take the control unit. This is the whole circuit board that you see. It has what we call the integrated circuits. Those lines are where the messages and the electricity travel in order for the robot to perform its tasks. So forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't remove those cables for maneuverability, obviously, because I keep on removing and attaching them as well and returning them. But you can also do it even though it's not necessary, for you to get a better understanding of where each part or where each unit goes. But yes, I just decided to keep them in there so that you can continue to see this whole flow diagram in its entirety. So the battery gives that central unit life by giving it electricity, and then it can, using that electricity, it can then start processing the messages that will be giving it. So from there, we're just going to take it and put it on top of the mainframe. Let's just hold it carefully there. Let me just see which direction. Okay, there's a small mistake that I have made there. I'm not sure if you have noticed it. I am already screwing the top part of the mainframe onto the body, but there is a cable that is stuck underneath the robot there, and that cable is not going to move. So please just take note and be careful on the position, or the location rather, of the cables that you are going to be using. So let me just try to remove it there. Okay, first of all, I haven't seen it. Okay, let me just continue showing you how to attach. Okay, yes, let me just remove it first of all, because that's a mistake that you must not leave until late and realize when you have finished assembling the whole thing, because you have to strip it back again until you get back to this stage. Okay, anyway, we're continuing, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to put all those screws back into their respective positions, so that the control unit remains in place during the operation of the robot. Especially, it's important because these robots moves a lot. Let's just put the power unit back into its position as well. Yes, and it also has to be put in its position using the screw, as you can see. So the power unit only has 2 screws attached to it, so it's not going to take much of our time to put it back. Those are the eyes of the robot. Let's just put them in there for the time being. Nope, that's the wrong way up. That's still the wrong way up. Yes, the eyes just face they face upright so that someone can see them from the front. They help you if you are designing this robot for a client to have kids, because kids always love fancy decorations. Otherwise their lesson is going to be boring and they won't be able to enjoy learning. And that's what we want them to do. Honestly, we just want them to enjoy this trade from the beginning, so that they can be able to do it seamlessly as they grow up. So I'm just finishing tightening the screws there, so that the control unit, the power systems unit rather, does not the batteries do not fall off during the operation of the robot. So there is, I don't know if this is the right screw, because there are two different sizes. When you receive your unit, just check if you are putting the right screws in the right holes, because if you make a mistake and put a bigger screw in a smaller hole, then it is going to damage the hole and crack it, and after that your units are going to be loose. Even when you're operating it, there's going to be a few problems here and there. So let me just try to see if I can be able to attach the eyes so long. But I'm just, if it's going to waste too much of our time, then I'm just going to defer it for later, because the eyes have some glue underneath, but they are not important anyway. They're not necessary. The robot can perform each and every one of its tasks without these eyes. So I don't see, I'm just going to need a sharp object like a pocket knife, so that I can be able to attach them like that, or even the glue. But it's something that can be done at the end anyway. The decorations are not the core part of our business. So let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, securing the main control unit with the extra screws that are still remaining, because it's very important to make sure that each unit remains in its position. I'm sure up to this stage, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't seen anything complicated with this robot, because it's just the wheels, as you can see, and the batteries, and the control unit, and obviously the control panel, the interface that is going to be giving the instructions to this control unit is going to be in the phone. So we're just going to do a separate lesson for that. Actually, it's very important, because it represents, rather it replaces the whole entire coding process. So good thing with the screwdriver, it does come with magnetic properties. So even if the screw doesn't enter right there and there, it's not going to fall far away from your workspace. So it's best to do it like this, and make sure that the screwdriver part, the tip, or holds the screw in position. There we go. After that, I'm sure it is going to be easy to tighten, and hopefully after this our unit is going to be strong, it's going to be intact. So from there, we did mention that the robot needs power in order to operate. So those are our power systems. These are the batteries. Take care not to confuse the polarities, and the flat end is the negative part, and the sharp end tip is it goes to the positive terminal. So if you confuse those terminals, then the robot is not going to start. So for us to see if we've connected the power properly, the LED indicator bulb has to turn on. Yes, there we go, it has to turn on when we slide the switch up to the on position. So that tells you that the control panel is now working. It is now waiting for further instructions from rather the control unit. The green part is now waiting for further instructions from the control panel. So the control panel, we did say that it is on the phone. We are just going to talk about that, focus on it more in the next lesson. So at this stage now, you now have your complete robot. It is now complete. It has all the parts and they are all working. It is now just waiting for the commands to come from the control part, from the control panel. So let's just go to the control panel quickly so that we can see how it gives the instructions to the robot. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All the best.